I think we are live. YouTube did not want to connect for whatever reason. I think we finally have it. Yay, there it goes. Hi everybody, sorry about the delay there. I couldn't get YouTube to connect for whatever reason. It just did not want to. How is everybody today? I'm just making sure that everything is on now. Great, thank you, Marianne. I'm just double checking everything since I had a issue connecting. Yay. Finally. Let me play the overhead, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are on day 3 of our Design Space files for the Christmas in July. And don't pay attention to all the mess on my desk here. I have tons of stuff going on for you guys. Hi, welcome, welcome. So, we are doing 3 projects, and tonight's free projects, I apologize guys, I think for my monthly I already have published and got the files up for you. As soon as this video is over, I will post it for one-time supporters on Ko-fi, and I will post up the freebie for the general public. So just give me a few minutes after the live ends and I will get those up for you. So this is going to be the free file, and this is in SVG form. I will have that up on the website, and we're doing some coasters with some Cricut foil iron-on. Love, love, love this stuff and this look. So, and these koozies came from Brilliant Vinyl. There's a link down below if you guys want to get those. I would get them before they sell out because they will go fast. And you might be able to find them on Amazon too. So this is going to be our free project, and I will get that up on the site craftingwithapril.co as soon as the live ends. Then for one-time supporters, and if you are not a monthly supporter on Patreon or Ko-fi or on the Cricut Cutie collector level on YouTube membership or higher, or if you are, you will get this file. If you are not a supporter yet, please wait until after the live when I get this posted up, and then you can join up and you will get that. Or you can do it now, actually. You could go ahead and do it now. As long as you do it before midnight tonight, you will get this file. And this is the We Whisk You a Merry Christmas file. That is going to be for the one-time supporters. And then for our exclusive, for my monthly Patreon and Ko-fi supporters, we are going to be doing this pie-shaped box. It is a Design Space file, and I kind of vamped it up a little bit and changed some stuff on it. But it contains a spatula from the Dollar Tree. And then on the front, we have the recipe for the Merry Christmas pie, which is a Hershey Kiss pie. And I have got that set up for you guys and already in the file. All you will have to do is print and cut that one piece, and the rest you will just cut normally. Now I have already cut everything and got everything ready to go. I have my little Cricut Mini here, which is perfect. If you guys don't have one of these, I suggest, especially for the holidays, if you're doing koozies or anything like that for small Christmas gifts, your plushy animals, this thing is perfect for those and small things. Now, some of you have never weeded iron-on before. Some of you may be new. Some of you may be well versed in it, but I'm just going to cover a couple of things and go over it with you. Make sure that you mirror your image, because we all forget. I forgot yesterday and had to recut my Christmas party ones. But I can use my deer pieces on another project, not a big deal. So all you're going to do is start the weeding process. Make sure you mirror, make sure it's cut, and then you're just going to take away the parts that you don't need. Okay? And you're going to toss that away. Then double check, especially if it breaks or tears. Make sure you don't have any little pieces in your little areas. When you're doing your wording right here, make sure that you check all the centers of all your letters and then double check it again. Make sure you don't leave any. Make sure if you have small tiny pieces from weeding that they don't stick back on your carrier, because if they do, they are going to end up on your project and you don't want that. But you're just going to start peeling that corner back and weeding away all the unwanted iron-on. Super easy and super simple. And I got a little piece right here. So I'm going to pull that out. And then one right here. Got another one right here. And that's what I mean by if a small piece, if you look right there, I have a small piece that fell back on there. Make sure you get that off so it doesn't end up on your project. Okay? And I'm just putting this on setting 1 for the mini. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think adhesive foil, not adhesive foil, your foil, Cricut foil iron-on, I believe is applied at 315. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. And you're just going to line it up. You're going to flip it over. Now your pretty side is up. You cut it pretty side down and weed it, and then when you iron it on, it's pretty side up. Now I do not, when I'm doing foil on my Cricut, I do use my mat. You don't want to press down with foil. I did a little bit here, and you can see it will wrinkle up a little bit on you. And it may be that it's just the koozie stretching too. You can use stretch on these koozies, but it's still pretty no matter what. It is very easy, Crochet Queen. It just takes a little practice. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I don't have a timer on this. And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to move to the next area. And I'm just going to say it's going to be between 10 to 15 seconds for these. You're not going to be wearing them. And it should stick perfectly fine. Adhesive foil is a cold peel, guys. You don't want to peel it warm. You don't want to put a ton of pressure on here when you're doing this. I'm just going to go right over again. Now I'm just going to flip that over, and I'm going to bring in my Christmas party. I'm putting that on the other side, and we're just going to line that up on that koozie and stick it down, and we're going to do the same thing. Yeah, when you just need a quick job, guys, this little thing is awesome for this. You can take it on the go with you if you're working in an office or something like that, and you have break times. You can work on your projects. If you have them cut and weeded, you can work on ironing it on maybe on your breaks, in the break room, whatever. You can just plug it right up just about anywhere. So I just went over that for just a few seconds. Now I'm going to set this to the side to cool, and we'll do the other one. And my weeded, I just stick on the outside of the package. That way it doesn't get messed up. And you can do that too. Like I said, if you're working in an office or somewhere, or you want to take it on the go. And with these buffalo plaids, guys, don't try to use your plaid to line it up with, because you can see this one goes almost at a little diagonal. And I'm okay with that. I'm just going to place it. And again, we're just going to start pressing. You haven't used yours yet, Paula? Oh, I love this thing. I could not do without it, really. And when you're doing on koozies like this, you may see the impression of the fabric under it. Usually you don't want to see that. It's okay for a project like this, that you see the fabric fibers through it, because foil is very thin. If you don't want to see that, you might want to use not a Sport Flex, a Strip Flock Pro, which is like a velvety type suede felt, whatever. It's like a fabric feel to it, and you won't see fabric fibers through it. It's great for plushies. We're just going to flip it over, and now we're going to do the deer on this side. I just love this deer with the little Christmas baubles hanging from its antlers. I had shirts on the 4th of July, and I broke out my bigger one, but I haven't used my bigger one until the 4th of July rolled around. That's pretty sad. But I just love this thing. I got the koozies, Susan, at Brilliant Vinyl. There's a link down below. We're just going to give that a second to cool, and we're going to come back to the one that's already cool. And then you're just going to start peeling that. And if you peel it, you're going to get that little mirror finish if you peel it cold. If you peel it warm, it's going to wrinkle on you. You're going to have all sorts of weird looking issues. Oops, right there, my antler did not stick, so I must have missed that. So I'm just going to stick that back on, and I'm going to press just for a few seconds right there on that tip. It happens. I'm just going to let that cool before I peel it off. And you can cool them off by sticking your hand in. But yeah, these koozies, Brilliant Vinyl has these buffalo plaids. I got them all at Brilliant Vinyl, and the more you buy, the less they cost, of course. They give you a break, and you earn points for your purchases. And again, peel it cold, and you get those nice, pretty mirror finishes. That's the way you want your foil to look, okay? Nice and shiny and bright. And if you apply it correctly and don't overheat it and peel it cold, then you will get that look, okay? So that's all there is to that project. Very easy, super simple. If you have any questions, make sure that you just message me, and I can help you out with that. And I will get that up again just as quickly as I possibly can after the live tonight. So we're not going to need this guy anymore. I'm going to turn him off and move him out of the way. I have tons and tons and tons of stuff. Now, you may wonder, I just got a dish towels from Walmart. I think they were a couple of bucks, but they're nice, soft, cushy. I have not put anything on these because I'm going to use them for a project later. I just have mine plain today. But I can move this out of the way and put my iron-on on it. So if you want to go ahead and do your iron-on for that, you have something you want to put on it, go ahead and do that, okay? So in the file, this is really all that's in the file. It's a basic print and cut file. You can print it on glitter, whatever you want to print it on, whatever type paper. And I just used a 65-pound cardstock that you get at Michael's. That's what I used. And I will put a link in the description below. You can go to just Amazon, but this came as a kit, guys. It has the bows in it in several different colors that you can use for birthdays and parties and anything, but it's just a favor bag. That's all it is. It's just a favor bag, and I believe this one was, let me check my size. It is a 6x9, I believe. Yeah, 6x10. It's a 6x10 favor bag, and it comes with the bows. And so I'm going to use those bows. It was super easy and simple, but I also have some gold curling ribbon that I have with it. So I've already print and cut that out. I did not have a hole punched in it because I didn't really know how I wanted to put my hole on there. And you may want to put yours off to another side or the center. It depends on how you're using your tag. I am just placing mine right here in this curve at that one candy cane opening. And that's where I want my dot. So I just punched a hole there. And let me grab, because the Christmas ones are not out yet. So if you want to wait until those come out and make it even a little bit more Christmassy with some red and greens or red and golds, you can do that. But I'm just going to open up that favor bag, just like so. And then I have a whisk. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's $1. They did not have any red ones at my store. But you can check around and see if you can find red ones. You might even find some with some red handles. Yes, they are. I love these, Pat. Those dish towels are fantastic. And we're just going to place that right into this bag. And it does have a pleated bottom on it. It doesn't matter if it does or if it doesn't. You just want one that will fit your whisk. Now, they do have some of the mini whisk, and if you use those, you might want to get a smaller favor bag. And then we're just going to toss in. This is exactly how I did mine because I used the big whisk. If you are using a small whisk, you may want to come in there and just separate it and drop all of your candies in. But I was just able to push mine through with the bag. That way I could stuff, because I did stuff the corners of my bag once I had it all in there. I just stuffed it up into the whisk. So I'm just going to toss in some gold ones. And again, I'm just going to work them right into the inside of the whisk, just like so. You can put as many or as few as you want in there. That's totally up to you. I would probably put a few more than what I have in there, but that's quite a bit. So then I took the bow out of the package, and if you don't buy these and you just have favor bags, you can make your own bows. You just need a piece of ribbon to replace this. You're just going to open this up, and on the inside it has 2 little strands, and you're just going to hold those tails and just pull this taut. Okay. Oops, I think I broke that one. You want to be gentle with it. Let's see. It'll still work. There we go. You're just going to pull it taut, and it's going to make a cute little bow. Okay? Then I separate these 2 strands and go right around the back of or the top of the whisk, right where the handle starts, and tie a knot. This project is so quick, it's so super easy and so simple. Don't worry about your kisses falling out. We're going to fix that once we're through fiddling with it. So just tie it on a knot, and that's going to tie it down. I then, no I did I? No I didn't. I used this for the towel. I laid it on my towel, and then I kind of flipped it, and I tied a knot this way, and then I brought it back to the front, up behind the handle, and tied it again. And you just want it good and tight around the towel. And then I'm going to tie it off. I'm going to tie it off as close to the handle as you can. Now, if you want this to be stiffened up, guys, all I did was fold a piece of cardstock and put in mine. You can use anything. These are note cards that you can get like at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. And I just go onto the, oops, got my finger in there. Go into the center of the towel there, and you can even put a note on here if you want to instead of writing on the back of your printable, and pull that right in so that it stiffens up the towel. And then you can trim this off just so that you want to measure and get it. You don't want to cut your towel, so make sure you're not cutting anything but the cardstock. Just trim it off on both sides. And that's going to help stiffen that up right there and hold it up so that when you're gift giving, you can even tie it in to there. It's going to be stiffer. It's going to keep it held up, okay? So it doesn't flop all the way back. And that's what I did with this one, okay? I just folded it up in there. You can even put a little tail on there, cut one, put a little tail on it, and tie it in if you want. Super easy and simple. Then I got some of the gold ribbon, curling ribbon, and just cut off a generous little piece, maybe about 2 feet, because we're going to curl that. And I just folded it in half. And then you're going to loop it, okay, right in there. And just kind of loop it tight. Be careful and don't tear your card, just so that it holds. Oh, my tiny scissors. Then I just took my little scissors, and on this red one, these tails, I just curled them. That's why I said don't cut them off. We're going to use that. And then I just ran one strand of my gold up into the towel. Right where I wanted it. Got my tag there. And then I tied a knot into this one. Don't get those strands mixed in. I want to tie those down. Just give it a little tie. You don't even have to tie a knot, just a half knot will do. You can tie a knot if you want. And then I curled these strands. These are great for teachers, for your neighbors. Super easy, quick, simple. And it says, we whisk you a Merry Christmas and a cozy New Year. So super cute, play on words, very inexpensive gift, and you're just going to, you see that the candies fell right back in there. And then I just tucked my corners in, and that kind of helped hold the candies in. Super, super simple and easy. And yeah, this is like under $3, or maybe $4 if you count the candy, but you don't use the whole bag of candy in there. So super easy, quick gift, and something that the kids can help you guys with too. So then we're going to move on to our spatula. Now, I know that there are some people out there that are engraving these. Guys, I'm just going to say, I personally am not going to do that in my machine. I'm just not. One, it can void the warranty on my machine, so I'm not going to do it. And two, these are from the Dollar Tree, okay? They're $1 little spatulas. And when you start engraving and taking the silver plating off of here, because I can guarantee it's probably plated, it's going to rust. It will probably rust before you can give it away, all right? So just keep that in mind. If you want to do that, that's fine, but I don't promote engraving on these, even though there are ways to do it. I just don't promote it. But I was like, I have these and I want to do some kind of a little gift. So, and because it's a pie or a cake server, I thought, why not do a recipe? Don't need these. So you're going to find in the file, and I did put a star in there. You can replace that star with whatever you want. And I recut this lid because I had the cut line. I don't know if you can see it. I had my cut line a little too high, and it tore my box. So I moved it down for you guys. So I am testing this file to make sure that this lid is right. You're just going to fold it on the back. And this is a pie box from Design Space, and I just kind of went in and changed some things on it. I left their cut lines in there because it does help fold a little bit easier, but I did add some score lines to it because it wasn't enough for that. Now on this one, I am using the Cricut Mint cardstock for this. And you're just going to fold all those tabs in and fold them down on the score lines. Same thing with the base. Fold in that tab, fold in this tab, and fold that back. Then you're going to open it up and do this side. And you're going to do this side. Okay? And we're going to set that to the side. And then we have this piece. Now I know that the score on this one is off just a little bit. I have already adjusted it in the file for you guys. So if you see me fighting with mine, you should not have to battle yours. I've already fixed it. But I printed the recipe on this. And it's just the Hershey Kiss pie if anybody needs it. But I renamed it the Merry Kissmas pie because we're going to be putting Hershey Kisses into the box with this. But you're just going to fold it on those scores. And I used this little mint green paper out of the Martha Stewart pack that we talked about the day before with that little mint green to look like a tree. And that was out of this pack. It is the Martha Stewart paper pad called Snowflake. So you can find this on Amazon. Again, there's a link below. Just search Martha Stewart paper pad 12 by 12 Snowflake. The other one that we're using is the red, white, green, and tan. And it usually pops up when you do that one. So now you've got these pieces just like this, and we're going to start with the base. If I can find my glue. I have buried my glue. There it is. I have projects spread everywhere, guys. I'm a hot mess when it comes to these 2 weeks here. So you're just going to put glue on the two tabs. Just like that. I'm going to give that a second to dry. It's not necessary, but I did use a dimensional dot on the tip right here of my spatula. Again, I didn't find it necessary, but I did it as a just-in-case scenario, just to hold it down into the box, okay, at that tip, because it is a different shape, but it's going to fit, and you'll see. I'm just giving this a second to dry really quick, and then we'll move on with that. So while that's drying, let's go ahead and glue the top up, and it goes together in the same way. To make the 12 Days of Christmas really quick, fun, and easy projects. That way you have a vast variety of things that you can do that don't require a whole lot of time, and generally your children can help with you in making these, because when we make favors like this, we tend to make a lot of them so that they can we have enough to go around for teachers and firefighters and police and bus drivers and all sorts of stuff. So we need to make tons of stuff for the holidays. So I like things that go quick and easy. And that being said, I use my scraps a lot during this time, and I don't want to put them on my mat. Now you can go ahead and do a whole sheet of tags or something like that if you want to, but I use punches mainly for these things, and I thought this looked like a little tree trunk, and I'm going to press two here. They're two different sizes, and I just like to punch those out. This is a, I don't know, a Fiskars, yeah. This is a Fiskars Leah Griffith inspired punch, and it's two little tags, and then you place in right in the front, you place it back into the front and punch it, and it puts a hole. So you can do it with or without a hole. and use these tags. Make sure I get that centered. And it's going to punch those holes for you. And I keep this thing out for Christmas because I use it a ton. Tons and tons and tons. I don't know if this is still available, but you can search for the Leah Griffith Fisker's Punch. I don't even know what the name of it is. But it also sets eyelets and stuff like that. If you want to put eyelets into there, it will set them. It's like an all-in-one punch. So I've got that for my tree trunk or my tag. And that's what I did right here. I haven't tied it down yet, but when it's on there and you tie it down, it kind of blends in as a trunk of your tree. Yes, I love that. This is great for quick and easy projects. I don't use it until the holidays roll around generally. Or if I have a ton of something that I'm making where I need a bunch of tags, I prefer to punch them sometimes while other things are cutting on my machine. I have lost my safety pin for my glue. I don't want it to clog up. That's okay. There it is. I'm going to need it again here in a second. There we go. These should be good and dry now because I didn't want to put a whole lot of stress on them. There's a slit at the bottom of this box right here, and that's where you're going to place the handle of your spatula. So with the point up and tree-like position, you're just going to put that handle right in there and pull this in, okay? Then I take off my dimensional. I'm going to leave it on for now. And you can see that it goes into that box and it stays. Pretty much, it's in there, okay? It's not going anywhere, but I just feel better with the dimensional. So I'm going to pull that off, and then I'm just going to rock it right down and let it stick itself, okay? Don't worry about it bowing out at the top here a little bit. Not going to hurt anything. And then, of course, you want to put in some kisses. Since this is a kiss pie, I'm just going to throw some in there. And, of course, this isn't enough to make the pie, but it's just a fun little thing. So now we need to put the lid on. And you're basically going to do the same thing with your top up. You're going to find the little slit, and you're going to put the handle through that slit. Oops, I dropped some of my candies. There we go. Just like that. And then you're just going to work it right down to the base, and then you work the lid right on. Okay? Now, there's a cut in this up here to help the fold. Just make sure that you work it on and don't get caught on that little slit, because you can get caught in there as you're pushing it in if you're not careful. So now you have your box almost finished, and we're going to take this piece and run glue all the way across. And you can see, since I've moved that, it's down lower, it's going to hold that in place really, really, really well. So I'm glad that I corrected that without testing it, and it fit. Now this piece may or may not fit exact on mine, but yours should work fine because I did adjust this piece too. We're just going to place it right over the top of the box, and we're just going to fold those scallops down and glue them. And they should meet up pretty much as a point in the front and on the corners. I don't think I put glue. I didn't put glue on my scallops back here. And I did move that score line down. That's part of the issue on mine too. My score line was too high. How cute is this? I just love this whole box. And then they can pop the lid apart and stick it in their recipe box. I missed another place there. Just make sure you get glue on all your scallops. You could decorate this up too with some Nuvo drops. Go in and put some drops. Now, I didn't put that star down far enough. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to trim it off. You may want to trim yours off too, just a little bit. just so you can put it down a little bit lower. You may want to make it just a little bit smaller. Totally up to you. You can put a snowflake there. Anything you want. Just gonna dab some glue. You can change it. Put a stocking, put a tree, put a bobble, anything you want on the box. I just left the star in there in case anybody wanted what I used. How cute! Super simple, super easy. Again, you can go in and add some Nuvo drops on the scallops or on the front, whatever it is that you guys want to do with that. Super, super simple and easy. And then I just got some more of my spooling ribbon. If you would rather use real ribbon, for these type gifts, I don't. I like the curling ribbons and stuff. Totally depends on the look that you want. And just cut yourself off a generous piece. We're going to tie a knot right there at the base. Just going to slide it down. And then I'm just going to bring my tag in. I didn't tie the other one down, but I will this one. Just going to run that tag right through. And then I'm just going to tie another half knot or knot, keeping it at the top of that tag so that my tag lays in the right position. And again, all you're going to do is take your curling ribbon with your scissors and curl it up. Super simple, cute, sweet gifts. Does anybody have any questions on any of the projects tonight? Or any design space questions, anything? So now you've got 2 gifts, 3 gifts. Because I consider these gifts, give them out at your Christmas party as keepsakes and souvenirs so that they have something to remember your party by. Quick, easy, and simple. How fun was that? I'm just catching up on chat here. And after cutting, guys, we put all of those together in less than 40 minutes. Not bad. So you could do a ton of these really, really, really quick. Oh, thanks, Jamie. But I thought this was cute. I hadn't seen anything like this. I hadn't seen that anybody had anything like this. So I wanted to see what we could come up with. And you can, of course, change that recipe out to anything that you want, whatever kind of pie or candies you want to put in there. Paula. Things like this, stick them in there because you could do something like this on pot holders as well and stick them in with it so you have all your little kitchen stuff in there. Hey, Debbie. How do you open the files in Design Space? That's a good question, Kathy Ann. Let's go over to the screen and take a look at that. Let me go over. All right, those are our gifts for today. Let me open up a window here. There we go. So I need to open up Design Space too. I think it's going to open in the web browser, but just so you guys can see side by side, we'll do both. So now I'm going to go on to, if you're on the free if you're not one of my members, you will have to log in. So if you're not registered, you'll need to register. And then you're just going to log in, okay? Once you're logged in, you can close that and then come up to the tab. And say, for instance, I want to open this one. So I'm going to click right here. Here's the button for the file. Here's the tutorial that's going to take you to the YouTube video that we did, okay? So you just click on it, and when you click on it, it's going to open in the web browser. And it's open here. And when you see this, you're going to click Proceed Anyway if it doesn't automatically open. And then the file is open. Boom. Easy and done. That's all there is to it. You just click on those. Once you click it, it's going to open in the web browser. You just click Proceed Anyway, and it opens up the file. Did that help, Kathy? And it doesn't matter what tab you're on. If you're a supporter and you come over to a supporter page, it's going to ask, usually the black box is going to pop up, but because I'm logged in, if you're not logged in, it's going to make you do that. If you're logged in and you have access, it should do it. You just come in, click on it, same thing. Now, if you're on mobile, it could be a little bit different. Let me try it from mobile. From your Samsung phone, and it gave an error. Okay. It made you, Marianne, it made you. Okay, I am on a Mac. So Marianne said it made her download the web version to open the file. So you may need to download the web version to do that. Let me grab my phone and see if I can show. I have, let me swap over so you guys can see. Well, if I can get it to swap over, there we go. Okay, I have my iPad here, so I'm just going to open up Cricut Design Space and sign in. That's my Face ID. There we go. I don't know if this is going to glare too much for you guys. I'll turn it down. So I'm logged into Design Space, and I'm just going to close that out, and then I'm going to go over to my site. And I'm going to go to log in. It's going to make me log in again. My Face ID. So I'm logged into my account, and I click on, this is on my iPad, so I'm just clicking on it, and then close that and click on the link. It opened up my Design Space. Is it opening? I think it's opening. I had a spinning wheel. Let's see. Is it a glitch, Jamie? Do we know? Yeah, on mobile, you may need to open and log into the Design Space. That's what I did, and then I went and clicked the link. Let me try another one. There's my Design Space. I keep getting the flash of the spinning wheel. Let's see. I know I can go to my projects and do it because it's in my projects, but it's not opening for me either on the mobile. I didn't check to see if I was updated. Okay, let's see. Da, 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 da. Design space. Right here, it just says open. So it doesn't show that I have an update available. So I opened it from there in the App Store. Now let me try. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to close my apps. Let me just close everything. And, oops, I didn't want to open it again. I wanted to close it. And then go back over to my site. And let it open Design Space. And it does. It opens Design Space. You're having the same. It's acting like a Design Space issue because it's opening, and it opens on the web. Let me try something else. Let's go back to Safari. Okay, it's going to want my password here. Oh, of course I typed it wrong. There we go. That's an SVG, so I downloaded it. That's not going to work. Yeah, they're just not opening. Try a different file from my site. I just did, Jamie. I did a different one. It's not opening anything. It has the spinning wheel. It acts like it opens and then it doesn't. And it hasn't been doing that. I mean, I was able to open it up several days ago, but all of a sudden now I can't. The tutorials work. Let me... Yeah, yours is up to date and yours isn't doing it. There's something is broken in the connection between the link and a design space on Apple. I don't have an Android device to check. That's a SVG, don't want that. That one opened. So what's the deal? Huh. So, I mean, it's supposed to work. That one opened. Okay, that one worked. I don't know. Let's try another one. That one worked. Okay. They did that. The only thing that I can figure is it's the new files, Jamie. Brand new files just saved because these are older saved. That's working. Let's go back and try it again. I updated to, I'm on 5.10.18 version. Anyone who is a supporter and you can't get it to open up the file, you can email me using the contact us and I will send you the actual link to click on. And maybe that will work. You can copy and paste it into. Let's try that. Let's go over and try that just to see if it will work. Okay. Go over to the site here. But it's working on the site. It wouldn't work for mobile anyway. So don't know if that. I don't know. I don't know at all. It's doing some, Jamie. It's doing the older saved files. It's not doing the ones since I updated to 5.10.18. Guys, we will look into it. Sorry about that. If you need a file, use the contact me and message me or try to open it up on. This is what I'm going to suggest for now. Open it up on a laptop or desktop and save it. Then when you save it, it will be in your projects. Then you can open it on mobile. Because you can see that I can't open that one there. Let me transition over and show you. There's something about mobile going on. Because you can see that I'm clicking here from the site and this one's not opening. The older one's open, but that one is not. But if I come over to the actual app, I don't use the app enough to do this. Go home, April. Go home and go to new project. Nope. Want to go to. I don't use this, guys. Categories. Projects in the cloud, which are mine. Ready-make projects. Go to projects in the cloud. You can tell I don't design on this. You were able to open an older one, Kathy Ann? Yeah, something's going on with the new 5.10.18, I think. Because see, then I can go in and I can open up. It's not. That's the part that's hanging up right there. We're not getting this pop up. That's what's going on, Jamie. We don't get this pop-up, because if we get this pop-up, then we can hit customize and go in and open the project. Something's stopping that pop-up when it transitions from the link to Design Space. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's because I was in the app and not on the web version. Because when I'm on the site and I click it, it opens up right here, and I have Safari up there in the corner, and it's just not opening it. It's not giving me anything. I clicked home. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why all of a sudden it stopped working. It isn't anything that I did, I don't think. Thanks for bringing that up, guys. I'm not sure. Jamie's our tech guru, so I'm going to leave it up to her to get it reported and see if there's a workaround or something that we can do. If we come up with a workaround, we'll let you guys know. But until that time, I'm going to say go to your desktops, because see, I don't get that splash screen to open it. It just doesn't pop up. Nothing in there. Settings. Really strange. So yeah, you're going to have to open up on a laptop or a desktop, save it. Once you save it, then you can open it on mobile. Thanks, Jamie. Jamie will get us an answer, guys. It's nothing that you're doing. It looks like it doesn't matter if it's Android or if it's Windows or if it's Safari or Apple. It's just doing that. Really strange. Does anybody else have any other Design Space questions? We'll work on getting you guys a workaround for that other than having to use a laptop, because I know some of you don't have laptops. If you don't have laptops, you might want to wait till the end of the 12 days, or if you don't have access to a desktop, run to a library and log into your Design Space account and then save all the files to your account. And then when you leave the library, you should be able to open up your account and have them. Because you can log into Design Space from anywhere, any computer. And it's only not going to save it to that computer. It's only going to save it to your account. Windows has been forcing you to do the web for a time. Okay. Somebody else emailed me about that. Marie, I don't know if you're here. We're working on it, Marie. Okay, so guys, I have been working all day on some things for a recorded tutorial for after the 12 days of Christmas. And I'm not quite there with those yet. Just gonna maybe bring one over. It looks dry. Not quite, but I'm close. Do you guys like this ornament? The marbling or striping effect? It's not glitter, it's paint. If you guys like that, I may do a video on that. I've got some other things in the fire. On these 12 days of Christmas with me pumping out 3 files a day, some days I can do 3 or 4 days in a row and then I need to take a day break. And some days I can do 4 or 5 days and then I need to take a day break. So when we say the 12 days of Christmas, it is 12 days of files, but I may have to take a day in between now and then. So I may take tomorrow off for day 4, but day 4 will come on Friday. So you guys bear with me on that. I will do as many of those days, as few of those days off as necessary. But I had rather take an extra day and make sure files are correct and that I'm giving you something fresh and that the files are working properly than I had to just pump out file after file and then be inadequate, if that makes sense. And after 6 days or 5 days or whatever, they still weren't dry, and I'm trying a different technique on these. So I like this. I don't know, and I mean I put 4 colors, 5 colors in this one, but every one is going to be different. But I really like it. I really like the look. I don't know if the camera is really picking up all the effects, but it's really, really pretty. And it's a metallic paint inside. So I'm thinking about doing some of those and some alcohol inks. If you guys are interested. Now this is nowhere near complete, but I'm trying to do a wood look ornament. I'm still working on this one. I still don't have all my inks like I want them. But we're getting there. This is just my base coat to start with, and then I'll start putting my brush strokes in there. The plaid koozies, Debbie, came from Brilliant Vinyl. There's a link down below in the video, in the description. But maybe you can see that I'm not through. But this one I did white inside so that we could do the alcohol ink. It looks like a bowling ball. Yeah. There's different things, different techniques that we can do on these, and I have one that I have another one that I'm working on that I call the mermaid. And this is nowhere near complete. I was just putting colors on this one to see if I liked the color combo. So this is my test one. I like this color. This color I think is a little too purple. I need to go a little bit lighter with it, but I'm working on doing something and making a mermaid ornament out of one. So those are on the burner for after the 12 days of Christmas. So you may want, I just wanted to tell you guys tonight so that you can go ahead and start purchasing your ornaments when they're on the 50% off sales, because we know those come in July. So stock up on your ornaments. You can, I have the 4-inch rounds. You can do any size, but those are 4-inch rounds if you want to do the same sizes that I'm doing. And I'm also doing the 4-inch flat disc. You like that bluish purple? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you can make one look exactly like a bowling ball. All you would need really are 3 little black dots put in there in the position that they bowl with, you know. So, I bowl, so that's a good scenario. I like that. But there are tons of things that we can do. But day 4 is going to be paper ornaments, but I'm not finished because I have been playing around with that and working on my papers and cutting and testing. I'm not quite there with the papers, so I'm going to take tomorrow and hold day 4 until I got all of those files ready to go. I use glass, Kathy Ann. I do have a couple of plastics, but honestly, I'm not going to say I don't like plastic, because in certain scenarios, I guess if I had kids and stuff, I would. But I prefer glass. I just don't like plastic ornaments. To me, even if I'm selling I don't like plastic because to me they just, I don't know, they feel inadequate to me. I guess that's what the word I'm looking for. I like high quality when I'm selling crafts, and to me, they're almost the same price. I prefer to go with glass. I will always use glass unless I note otherwise. I will tell you if I'm using plastic. I will always tell you if I'm using plastic. Otherwise, you can bet I'm using glass. Yes, they do. They love those. Like I said, I've been working on them, guys. Um, let's see. I have another one somewhere. I have been working on the floating ornament. That is ornament. I'm working on those for you guys. Glitter ornaments. The age-old question, do you use floor shine or do you use polyacrylic? You know, use what you like. And okay, I can't find the other floating with the vinyl in it. I told you my craft room has blown up, guys. It is blown up. Um, yeah, I have one that has the threads vinyl in it that says "Let It Snow," but those are coming, and we're going to work on those. We'll be working on those from now until Christmas. Yeah, if you're doing the floating, if you're doing the printable, you need the printable type. And if you're doing just the vinyl, you can use the overhead projector type that's not printable. Found it. Yeah. And this is the floating with vinyl. And I haven't put any snow or anything in them yet. In case you guys are wondering, get your threads vinyl from, this is the silver threads, and it's identical on the back and the front. The front's a little shinier because it doesn't have the adhesive, but they're the same color. Same effect. For the floats, you need if you're using vinyl, you need overhead projector. I got these off of Amazon or eBay. This is a pack that came in a case and then they sold these individually. When you see packs like this, if you find them on Amazon or eBay, make sure you read it because this says we manufacture various transparencies, and these are the various transparencies that they do. That is not the type that's in the box. What's in the box is in this little square, and this is for plain paper copiers. So any overhead, like your school projectors, overhead projector transparency, that's what you use for vinyl because you can get like 100 sheets for $10. So they're really inexpensive. If they're really pricey, they're going to be for inkjet or for laser printers. Make sure you're buying the correct one for your printer. And they're going to be a little pricier. This one had 50 sheets in it, and I think I paid $20 for it. But I've had this for a while, guys. I doubt you can find these. You're just going to make sure that you're buying for vinyl, overhead transparency, and for printables, you want inkjet or laser, depending on your printer. But those are coming. They're coming up. I promise you, we're going to get to them. But day 4 is going to be paper ornaments, and I will put day 4 out on Friday. Yes. Don't pay attention to my piece because I have been... This is the threads. Graphic vinyl. Very, very, very pretty. And that's going to, comes in reds and blues. I don't have mine out yet. I have not checked the back. Make sure if you're using these for floating ornaments that you check the back side, because sometimes it's not the same color on the back. It might be blue on the front and silver on the back. You never know. You have to look. All right, guys. Let's see. I think that covers everything. Again, in the group announcements, you're going to find the July calendar, and I am posting all the videos, the recorded Friday. We may be live on Friday on Facebook. But I don't want to really... This is my thing. I have a dilemma. When I do Facebook tutorials, I can get a URL, but I can't get... the URLs can vanish on Facebook and then no longer work. The videos no longer work. So I think I'll make an announcement on Friday that the Facebook Live will be moved to YouTube, or on YouTube, so that you guys will always have them. You just use the green on some camping buckets. I bought my camping bucket. We are going to do a project with that too. Somebody had asked me about a list of things they may need for this 12 Days of Christmas. And guys, I wish I could give you a list like that. But if I do a project and it doesn't work well, or I don't like the way, because I've tried to do some new and innovative things and not just things from the past, revamped. I try to do a little bit of both for you guys. If I try something new, like those ornaments, and it doesn't work, I don't want you going out and having spent the money on those products just to find out that we don't have a use for them because it didn't work. So I'm not going to give a list like that of all the supplies that I have and that I use, because if something doesn't work, I'm not going to put it out there to you guys. I just won't do that. I like to test everything and make sure that it works properly and that you can get a good finished quality product out of it before I say, hey, go get this. But you're going to have plenty of time to get it between now or at the end of the 12 Days of Christmas videos. You're going to have plenty of time to go and get that stuff between now and Christmas and during the sales. So you're not going to miss out, I promise. But ornaments, you can always go and get your ornaments. You can never have enough ornaments, okay? Because you can save these and use them again next year if you have extras. All right, thank you to all of my supporters on Ko-fi and Patreon and my YouTube memberships. And if you are on the YouTube membership and you are waiting for the password to access files, they finally processed that and it is up. So if you go to your instructions, you'll be able to find it. Thank you to my moderators. You guys are super. I greatly appreciate you guys. And we will catch you on Friday for day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas. You guys have a good night, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me and ask. Thanks for joining me.